Hey, Leo here. I want to thank you for joining me again for another mindset moment. And in this mindset moment, I'm actually going to be talking to you about the difference between leading from the level of one's position and leading from the level of one's potential. Tune in. Okay, so I shared that the focus of today's episode, session, experience, if you will, is going to be dealing with leadership from the level of potential and not position. And let me just tell you, like, there's this whole session that I have that could be literally set up in a seminar, a training and things of that sort that I've actually done related to the context and concept of potential. But I'm also just want to deal with the surface level of the difference in leading from one's position versus leading from the level of potential. So let me give you some perspective about position. All right. And so leading from position is pretty much leading from the fact that you are a leader, or you have a role, or you have an authority, you have a particular assignment, you've been given some type of commitment, commission, things of that sort. I'll give you an example of a commission. Police officers, they are commissioned individuals. Those who work with the sheriff department, be it the municipal police force and things of that sort, or working with the state organizations, like in the state of Texas, you have the Department of Public Safety. They have their state troopers. Those are commissioned officers. All right. We have elected officials. So those people have a position of leadership because they've been elected by the constituency and things of that nature. Then you have where in our jobs, you have people who are entrepreneurs and owners. These people are leaders because they've made decisions to actually instigate the beginning of an operation, an opportunity, and to provide a service or product to the marketplace. Okay, those people are in a position of leadership as well. Then you have those people who are given positions of leadership in the context of companies, people who are CEOs in the C-suite, your mid-level managers, and then your what they call them, your frontline managers, supervisors, things that so operations leaders. Then you have your everyday people who are pretty much the laborers, the employees. Now, you could argue that the people who are in positions like just employees, you know, the actual labor line and things of that sort, that those people are not leaders, but they are. Okay. Here's why I always deal with the thought process of leading from the level of, listen to me carefully, leading from the level of potential and not position. I'll tell you why. One of the laws of leadership from John Maxwell's 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership is the law of explosive growth. Now, the law of explosive growth says to add growth, lead followers, to multiply, lead leaders. And basically, the thought process is you're able to influence growth in more exponential ways when you influence leaders rather than just influencing a lot of followers. Now, the thought process there is, in many people's mindset, you lead those people who are in leadership roles so that you can actually have those people in leadership roles lead the people who are in non-leadership roles, who are followers, who are looking to leaders. Well, that's not the thought process alone. That is a concept, but it's deeper than that. The reason I speak of leading from the level of potential versus the level of position is because position is limited. Position is conditional. right? Your position does not dictate whether or not you will be influential. Your position does not dictate whether or not people will like you. Your position does not dictate whether or not you will be good. You've just been given authority to exercise or execute or exert or engage, all the different words you can imagine related to leadership. Okay, so because you have a position doesn't mean you're going to be a great leader. What makes you a great leader is not just when you focus on your potential. It's when you understand that we all have potential, and especially if you've been given a position of leadership, you've really been given a position of leadership to awaken and unleash potential in others as the basis of your influence. You might have not known that. Now, I'm called the people technician. I didn't make that up for myself, just so you know. I've been called the people technician since about 2014, and it was following, a lot of my training as a coach, teacher, speaker. And when I got back in certain roles as a manager and things of that sort, I used my strategies and my perspectives connected with my love for people in order to create significant results, not just for our organizations, but for the people, right? I saw there was this love that I had for people that I would engage, and more so, I loved their potential. Why? Because I learned what my potential was made of, how to convert it, basically the specific laws governing the transition of one's potential from one level to the next. And so I knew that when people would have issues and difficulties in achieving, it was because they were just needing a leader to influence their potential to be tapped into at the next level. See, your position gives you the possibility to influence potential. See, if you really want to help people win confidently and predictably, you cannot focus on your position. I did a video just recently where I talked about the fact that a person who was in a position tried to use their position as the means to influence somebody, and it didn't work. They actually quit on them. But if they would have moved in connection with that person and communicated to them that there was a value of their potential, that person would have been more likely to buy into that which the leader was seeking to influence them in. So ultimately what I'm saying is this: if you lead out of your potential, if you lead at the level of position, you will always limit yourself, others, and your achievements. But when you lead at the level of potential, you always have an unlimited scope of achievement that's ahead of you. You hear me now?